Kroger and Albertsons are fighting the FTC's attempt to block their merger. A federal judge in Portland, Oregon is hearing from both sides in a trial that started Monday and is scheduled to last for 3 weeks. The Federal Trade Commission is requesting a preliminary injunction to delay the deal. Federal regulators argue that the merger is anti-competitive and would lead to higher grocery prices. Kroger says that's not the case and has pledged to lower prices after the merger. The retailers say that the merger is necessary to compete with other stores like Walmart, Amazon, and Costco. So joining us with more details is our 9 News legal expert, Whitney Traylor. Whitney, good morning.
Good morning to you.
All right, this is not an ordinary trial. What is going on? What is the current trial all about?
So this is actually a preliminary injunction hearing. And so what happens at normal trials is it takes months, years to get to trial. And here what the FTC is saying is we're trying to stop this merger before we get an ultimate decision at trial. And so this is sort of a quick trial, a preliminary injunction. So they're saying we want to stop the merger. They're going to have a hearing. They're expecting about 40 witnesses. It should take about 3 weeks. And if they prevail, then the merger will not be able to go forward until the ultimate trial is completed. If they lose, then the merger could presumably go forward while the trial's pending.
All right, so let's dissect this a little bit further. What are the FTC's primary arguments?
Well, the FTC, this is interesting. So antitrust is all about competition. And the notion behind that is that competition is good because it forces people to keep prices down. It gives the best quality and service, because if you know your competitors over here doing a great job, right, you're going to do a great job. And so what the FTC is saying is that, look, if they merge, there's going to be about 579 stores that they're saying they would sell them to C&S Wholesale, but they're saying, hey, if you end up merging, then you'll be the only game in town in many places. Some of the stores will close, and in rural places, there won't even be a grocery store.
Creating a bit of a food desert.
A food desert, exactly. And some people would have to actually get their groceries from a gas station or something. So they're saying, hey, if you close, there's nobody to compete with. You can raise prices, you can do whatever with quality, and you can do what you want with worker wages because they don't have anywhere else to go.
Now, on the opposite side of this, what is the grocery store's arguments?
So the grocery store is saying, hey, FTC, you don't understand the grocery sector. They're saying that they can't compete with stores like Walmart and Costco. And Walmart, for example, they did $247 billion last year compared to just $63 billion about 20 years ago. Costco at the same time went up 400%. So they're saying in order for us to compete and give these prices, we need to merge. And they're trying to make the argument that, hey, we'll actually be able to lower prices, because if Kroger, for example, has Coke at a certain price, a low price, and we have Pepsi at a low price, we can come together and offer those low prices together. So they're saying that it's actually going to help them to lower prices.
Okay, so this is obviously all about Coloradans at the center of this. I mean, people in general, but we're specifically focusing on Coloradans. What is the potential outcome to them?
Well, so it'll be interesting because, and actually Colorado and Washington, the attorney generals in both those states have filed individual actions because they have, I think Colorado, we have 200 stores and Washington has 300 stores. And so this could really impact, especially in the rural places, you said, it's going to create a food desert. So that's why and there's a bunch of actions. The FTC filed the lawsuit with a bunch of other attorneys general. Colorado and Washington filed their own separate action. And now actually the grocery stores, Kroger has filed an action against the FTC saying this is unconstitutional and it's an overreach. So there's a bunch of litigation going on right now.
All right, well, we're going to have to follow this closely and see what happens. Whitney, thank you for helping us get started on this.